Alright, so let's go ahead and run our last match, which is Crusade versus GamesGod. And that will be it for tonight. So good job to Barbarian. Very well done. And on the tournament spreadsheet, we'll obviously create a trophy page for Barbarian and the Horde and all that, but that will come later. Let's go ahead and run our final fight. So Crusade versus GamesGod. Who will get that copper trophy? You know, a copper trophy is still good, even inside this tournament. What civ will it be? Teutons? Will GamesGod go for his water strategy, or will he go for his land strategy? That's always the question. Barbarian certainly did punish the Horde for going fast castle. So it certainly has been interesting running the tournament, seeing all the AIs compete against each other. As I look back and watch all the fights, there were some surprises. Splendid Knights knocking out his user patch machine was certainly a surprise. Thought that his user patch machine would have been a top contender, but Splendid Knights was an upset there. And there are other surprises along the way. The DEAI losing to ER's 2v2 AI inside the first round was a total surprise. And then ER's 2v2 knocking out Resonance Spot as well. But then Unfair Steel took him out inside the third round, which was surprising. So that was a very interesting fight, seeing Barbarian that we casted earlier in this stream. Lots of surprises. And the Horde versus Naga was a good fight there. Several good fights along the way. Naga versus the Black Pearl. Interesting. Seeing older AIs also try to play water is interesting as well, because they kind of have a mix of land and water when they play. So GamesGod first up to Feudal. Crusade not far behind. GamesGod has his docks, so he is using his water strategy. The question is, can he spot Crusade and his docks and go for the proper attack? GamesGod's still struggling to spot the docks, in my opinion. That might be something that he may need to work on in the future. Let's see if he's spotted them. Oh. He has spotted them. So he's refusing to go for the attack though. Combatants are both inside Feudal Age. Neither one is researching Castle Age yet. GamesGod just started researching Castle Age. And so did Crusade. Crusade proved to have too strong of a fleet for GamesGod. GamesGod producing some demolition ships. GamesGod is in trouble. Yeah, it was a close battle there for sure. Kind of a defensive castle going up. If GamesGod can get this up, he may be able to destroy a couple of those. Oh, they're just went out range. Oh. Too bad for GamesGod. It's looking one-sided at this point. But Crusade may lose some ships here. Look at all those ships go. That's painful to watch right there. Ouch. Ouch, 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 ouch. Second castle going up. Crusade will have to either go to Imperial or find some other way of going for the attack. Still possible for land army just came down. GamesGod is not out of this fight just yet. This is why we don't exit out of the match. I'd like to see what will happen. This is a very close. Oh, it became a lot closer. Just say that. GamesGod is still having difficulty getting ships out of his base. He hasn't researched any of the advanced ships. The upgrades. This is a pretty close game right now. GamesGod has to get out of his base though. He's playing very defensively, it feels. GamesGod is finally upgrading his ships. Took him long enough. He's building some transport ships too. And some demolitions. It's not looking good for Crusade at this point. So Crusade has 80 villagers, GamesGod has 140. So of course we have a 2-hour limit on the game that we call it. But it looks like GamesGod is going to slowly take over Crusade's territory. There's obviously a little bit of gold right here. I think he might have a couple of relics though under his control, but nothing left to mine. Problem is he doesn't have any wood left, but he has a little bit of stone. Both AIs are still inside Castle Age, have never researched Imperial Age. This looks like it's very much in GamesGod's control here. This is a much more interesting match than the Barbarian versus Horde game that we saw earlier. The opponents are a little bit more balanced here in their level of play. GamesGod no longer has any wood. Crusade doesn't have any wood either. GamesGod has a lot more food. He just started to research Imperial Age. Castles did provide a little bit of assistance there early in the game. If those castles hadn't done their job, he would have been in a very difficult place. We still have 28 minutes until we can call it, unless Crusade resigns. But it's very much looking like GamesGod will win. So this may be a time where you want to go take your snack break. Grab your snacks, Kilo. Hello everyone else who's joined the game but is a little bit quiet out there. This is the Island Olympics. This is the copper match set. The winner has already been decided. If you don't know who that is, make sure to check out the earlier part of the stream, or you can just check out the spreadsheet that I posted inside the chat. And then Yeah. So this is the last match of the whole tournament. Crusade versus GamesGod. We have potentially 2 more games to run. At the 2-hour mark, we will call it. Snack time for you, Kiwo. Nine minutes left. Yeah, Crusade is saying that he has high wood. Sounds like he doesn't know what he's talking about. Alright. There goes game 1. A GamesGod victory. So, second round, and the civ will be Frank's. So this is for the Copper Trophy. Potentially last game. Can GamesGod beat Crusade, or will Crusade go on to the third game inside the set? It's just random, so whatever civ it is. Crusade with one dock. GamesGod with a dock. Looking good for GamesGod. Looks like he's going for his water strat. Not going for his land strat. Both AIs inside feudal. Crusade with two docks. GamesGod still with only one. Might try to go fast castle maybe. Slow fast castle. Yep. Will he be punished by Crusade for choosing this type of strategy though? Still no second dock. It's going to hurt GamesGod. There he goes. Crusade has a lot of ships. It's going to be very difficult for GamesGod to make a comeback here. GamesGod learned from the Horde. Whoa, that's a lot of ships. And sacrifice all of his villagers to get that dock up. At a point, you just have to let the dock go. Gotta let it go. GamesGod's having a little bit more trouble in this fight. Crusade's punishing GamesGod for that attempted fast castle. This game's over. Let's go ahead and call it. So 1 win each for GamesGod and Crusade. So absolute last match here, or last game. The final finale. The Civ will be Chinese. Hey, my AI is Chinese. Likes Chinese. Yeah, no problem, Kilo. I'm glad that you enjoyed the tournament. You should try to make an AI, even if it's a basic AI. And we'll include it next year. I'll throw this out there inside the chat for you, Kilo. And I don't know if I've sent this to you before, but take a look at this. This is a very simple AI builder. And can kind of check that out, and it'll help you design an AI. We'll get you in tune to create an AI, so we can see you at the next Island Olympics 2, Kilo. You can have an AI as well. Guaranteed to play better than Chameleon did earlier inside the tournament. You never know, Kiwo. You might be the next barbarian. Kiwo AI. Let's go, GamesGod. You're definitely rooting for GamesGod. Kiwo. Both AIs are, of course, going inside Feudal Age. Crusade's a little higher in score. I see a dock. GamesGod has 2 docks, so he might be going for his rush. Crusade has one dock and is working on his second dock. Can GamesGod pull off a victory here? There's potential. Looks like he's trying to go for a castle. Don't do it, GamesGod. Don't do it. You'll be punished for it. GamesGod going fast castle. Slow fast castle. Oh. Will Crusade punish him for doing this, though? GamesGod has to be desperate to get out ships instead of just... He has many different strategies, but some strategies are better than others, let's just say that. He's really working on his economy. This is like the previous game that we saw where he just was very slow at... But he's getting some docks up, which is good. Crusade appears to be glitched at his dock. This is the Crusade glitch where the AI seems to not be scouting properly. GamesGod lucked out. This is the problem that we've seen with some of the AIs. All these ships that you currently see here have the possibility of dying because they're stuck. They won't fire. GamesGod lucked out. Oh! Well, that is very odd. I was talking with Offwo about it, and he was saying it's a problem with the scouting mechanic, I think. GamesGod wasn't as lucky as we thought he was. But every single time I've seen this previous to this, they were completely frozen until the majority of the ships were destroyed. Hey T West, how are you doing? Welcome to the Island Olympics, the final game of the set. This is the absolute final game of the Island Olympics. The contestants are GamesGod and Crusade. They're fighting for the Copper Trophy. I hope your AI is working out well, T West, by the way. Know that you were working on an AI several months ago. Don't know if you're still working on it or not. Yeah, this is a tournament that I started, that I came up with in my head a couple months ago, and just got around to doing it. And there were 64 AIs, and now we've almost got everything wrapped up. If you want to see the other AIs, I'll post a link inside the chat so you can visit it. There. You can take a look at that. So Crusade, GamesGod is a little bit higher than Crusade at the moment. Very close game. Question is, can GamesGod finish off Crusade some nice demolition ships right there. Hello 8 viewers, hope you're doing well out there. Welcome to the Island Olympics. We're close to wrapping it up here. Can GamesGod claim the Copper Trophy, or will it be Crusade? Some nice tower placement by GamesGod. That's exactly what I was saying, Kiwo. Oh. This battle's pretty close. GamesGod going for some transport ships. If he can get over there, he could actually do some damage to that economy. I don't know about that, Kilo. I'm just... Yeah. But T West is here. He's a good caster. GamesGod going to Imperial Age. This could be the finishing blow needed to finish off Crusade. Still has some wood. Can get some cannon galleons. We haven't seen GamesGod inside Imperial Age versus Crusade, so this could be the finishing factor. He is researching chemistry. Cavalier and two-man saw. So and he has sea trams in addition to all this. So where are the transport ships? There's one right there. Can he get it to Crusade's island? Bombard towers also being researched. He transported over one cavalier. Looks like GamesGod will be going for the time victory. Let's go ahead and speed it up. So we do have a 2-hour limit on the game for viewers who might not know that. And at that point, the player with the higher score will be deemed the winner for the game. And in this case, the match. So it's looking pretty good for GamesGod. GamesGod is producing a couple of ships here. It's looking very bad for Crusade, who's defending themselves though with Chunko No. It's pretty clear at this point who will win this fight, but we have to play it out. There is no wood for Crusade anymore. I do not see the monastery. Just trying to eye it and look for it. There it is. I was seeing if his monk actually was able to capture. Okay, so they was never able to claim this other relic over here. "25 minutes. So we have 20 minutes left. In my mind, there is no way that Crusade can ever win this, but we have to watch. The 15-minute mark. Alright. Very close to the finale here. GamesGod with a ton of gold. Definitely spend some of that on some wood if you wanted to create a fleet. Some cannon galleons. Alright, so we have 3 minutes. And there we have it. GamesGod is our copper third place winner, and he gets the copper trophy for the Island Olympics. So great job to the new scripter, or newer scripter, GamesGod. Fantastic job. And that is it. What a great set of matches. I am happy all the AIs got to participate and show off their skills. So next year we can hold an Island Olympics too after the next Davis Cup. And I guess that's all for now. Thank you all for tuning in, and I really enjoyed being your caster for this awesome tournament. And make sure to tune in to Kimberly as well as the Morgan Trials tournament, and continue scripting. Alright, farewell for now.